Well, hello everyone, this is your old pal, Hannibal Collector, and I just got done watching my Day 6 movie for my 31 Days of Halloween, and this time, it's a good one, The Void. I want to thank Nighthawk Media for suggesting this film. It has been a long time since I've watched this film. I believe I watched it once when it first came out. I thoroughly know I enjoyed it. I did not recall one bit of the film, though, to be honest. So this was a nice revisit. For a long time, I was known as the guy that never rewatched films. I felt like there's enough movies out there that I haven't seen yet to watch for the first time that I didn't go back and revisit films. I think it's back because I had a stronger memory back then, but hey. So to be able to go back and watch a film like The Void that I know I loved the first time without too much of a memory of what it was, it was a great evening, let me tell you. So I sat back, watched The Void.
I can see it all before me.
It is probably the best, not an adaptation, H.P. Lovecraft adaptation that has ever been made. That's my opinion, but I'll stand by that. As always, here's the overview from Tubi themselves. Cloaked, cult-like figures trapped a police officer, patients, staffers inside a hospital that is a gateway to evil. And as always, I did my little homework, you know, tappy on the screen. Here's some information that might be something to use at parties, I guess. This film was created by Astron 6, a Canadian-based film group. Prior to this, they were mostly known for making comedic horror films. And since this film was going to be a tonal shift from their previous works, they decided not to release it under the Astron 6 nameplate. The way this film got going was Jeremy Gillespie was working at Pinewood Studios, and he was essentially a neighbor at Pinewoods to Guillermo del Toro. At the time, del Toro was working on an adaptation of At the Mountain of Madness, a film that he never made, but he told them that he wanted to do an H.P. Lovecraft story in a different way. And that got the gears going for Gillespie on what would something like that look like. And that's what brings us to The Void. This film that has some really great storytelling, and it has that H.P. Lovecraft style of presenting you with stuff and not explaining it. Sometimes feeling over-explained just to not explain anything, and that's a H.P. Lovecraft staple. If you guys know Lovecraft, I think you'll agree with it. And this is kind of one of those lightning in the bottle situations. These guys they needed enough money to make the practical effects, even though they were going to be funding the rest of the movie traditionally. So they crowdfunded on Indiegogo and got enough money to do the creature effects. At the same time they were filming this in Canada, David Ayer's Suicide Squad was in production, and they managed to use a lot of the special effects crew to come over and help them on their project as well. I mean, that's just some good timing, and that's just some good passion for people who wanted to see some kind of horror, but something different than what was being produced at the time. And of course, what really differentiates a movie like this from being merely a passion project to being the staple of every horror fan's must-watch list is its cast. And the cast was made up of mostly Canadian crew, but they're also seasoned actors that have done things in other TV shows and films. A few of them even have gone on to do larger projects and become stars and mainstays in more mainstream things. So if you haven't watched this film and you're a fan of Lovecraftian style storytelling, I 100% recommend this film to you. I don't think that you'll be let down. It's kind of like getting a bonus Lovecraft story because this isn't a true adaptation of any Lovecraft movie. It's like a love letter to H.P. Lovecraft fans, really. So if you haven't watched it, buckle in. If you haven't watched it in a while, I highly recommend sitting down and watching it. It really holds up. I want to thank Nighthawk Media again for recommending this film. I will tag him in the comments. Be sure to give me a follow and a like if you are into horror movies and you want to see what my Day 7, 31 Days of Halloween movie is going to be. And as always, this is your old pal, Hannibal Collector, signing off.
Statistically, you're more likely to die in a hospital than anywhere else.